With dedication, we can figure things out.
Simplify.
And with help from my son. We got it. Good morning, everybody. Jason Carpenter here with you from Hunting God's Country. Special guest today, Keith Rines from Lighten Up MBS, Mind, Body, and Soul.
Yes.
Good morning, Keith. How you doing?
I am doing well now that we've overcome that little hurdle of a technological challenge.
Oh, that's what it's all about, though, is meeting those challenges and overcoming them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Have there been obstacles in your life that you've had to overcome?
Oh, yeah. How long do we have here on this? No. But seriously, yeah, I've been on a journey to fix myself for about years. Got up to 440 pounds, and I've lost 210-ish so far. And it's been a large part of that was cleaning up how I was eating and fixing my mindset. And that's part of the reason I said mind, body, and soul. It's balancing all three parts of your life to where things will work. The answer for losing weight is not about watching your calories in and calories out. It's about recognizing your emotional and spiritual stresses that you have going on in your life.
No kidding. Wow. That's incredible. Like, you've lost over 200 pounds.
Yes. And I still have a goal of at least another 50 or so. And originally my goal was just to be at 220, which would be half the size I was at my biggest. And the thing I've learned is it's not about the number on a scale. It's about how you feel, how you act. You have energy, you look good, you like how you look in the mirror. It's all about being. It's the state of being. It's the journey you're on. I could go cut off a leg and lose 50 pounds, but is that really going to improve my quality of life?
Nope.
So
guessing not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the point. It's not about it's not about the number on the scale. It's not about just making it your goal. You can be so easily distracted and become a victim to your circumstances if you treat it, if you don't approach it as a way of having fun and being able to enjoy your life. I mean, that's ultimately what you're doing it for, right?
Right.
You like to be out in the woods in nature, and that's an element of my program is connecting with nature. Go outside, go be barefoot outside, getting sunlight on direct bare skin. Those are some of the major elements. You're getting electric, you're grounding in, you're able to get some of the magnetism from the sun, you're getting vitamin D. There's all kinds of beautiful things that are simplifying your life, and you can improve your quality of life. We've been trained over the last however many years of be stuck indoors, go be a victim, go do, be anti-outdoors, and no, I'm done with that.
Right? Good for you. We're having some audio difficulties on your end there, Keith.
Okay.
I don't know if you're using it.
No, I am not.
Okay.
I could go grab the. How about this? I will be right back.
No problem. I'll just chat while you're getting things squared away. So Keith and I, we met back in March of this year, and Keith started his journey going through a trilogy of classes that began with a class called Genesis back in 2022. I took that class. It was under a different name at the time, but I started that class back in 2018 was my first Genesis class, what's now called Genesis. And we, along our journeys, have encountered different things and running down different paths, but we were able to meet up at a final class back in March. So I've known Keith for a few months now, and we participate in some opportunities to brainstorm with each other and go through some other journeys keep in touch just to make sure that we're following our goals. And it's great to be able to have someone to reach out to and bounce things off and kind of help pick you up when you're in a hole. And Keith is that guy. He's been an inspiration to me since I met him, and we're going to continue working through that. So Keith, I was just telling him a little bit about you starting your journey here a couple of years ago, and for me, it's been a lot more. Not that puts us in any different place, but what have you learned about yourself through the classes you've done, or primarily from the Genesis experience?
All right, I guess we'll do an audio check. Is this better audio now?
Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
The power of microphones, right?
Nice job.
Use the resources you have available. Yeah, the biggest thing for me is I've been curious for a long time about how to improve myself, and reading all the books and watching the movie The Secret and just all the generic stuff. And it's only when you start applying it to yourself, reading the book or watching the movie is great. When you start doing the homework and start working on yourself and getting into some of the emotional baggage and whatever you want to call it you've had over your lifetime, because we're all on a similar path. We're just at different places in the path. And, I may not have the exact same DNA makeup as the person next to me or even somebody else in my family. So working on yourself and being willing and vulnerable to have those experiences and put in the work, that's what makes a difference. Is you need to be vulnerable and participate.
Absolutely. It's our life, right? We have the choices. Every day we get to make choices. And
yes,
I went when I did the Genesis class, what I really found stuck in my mind when I got out of there was that I still do the same things that I did every day before, but you know what? There's a whole bunch of different ways to do them. I never thought about it. I'm stuck in my path. I'm following my rut in this trail, crossing the Oregon Trail per se, heading out west, right? Well, you just follow the trail. Well, there are different ways to do things. There's a bunch of life hacks. On TikTok and things like that. You see them, these little life hack tricks, right? Like I never knew that I could do that with a Ziploc bag. You can turn it inside out and grab something, flip it in. I never even thought about it. Just things like that, right? All these life hack type things. When I got it to the end of my Genesis class, I thought, wow, I can do things differently and have a different result. And I don't have to change what I do. It's just a really simple shift in how I do it. Yes. That was kind of the big win for me out of that.
Yeah. And it's, like I said, it's raising the awareness, that of what your problems could potentially be. And if you're just going to follow someone else's path and their rules and how they want you to do it, and you're not living your own life and being authentic to yourself, you're going to be miserable. That you'll be potentially, depends on how much strength you have in all the other aspects of your life. But that's why some people drink a lot, or they'll do drugs, they'll do something to escape their circumstances because they're not sure how to deal with it to where you can get past those problem areas.
Yeah, we all have struggles. We've all gone through something. We've all have something in our head that we're holding on to. And I've made improvements in my life from the work that I've done on me. That doesn't mean that my work is the same as your work, but from being able to have someone help kind of coach and mentor me on how to focus and what to look at, I'm a totally different person than I was 8 years ago, recently divorced and wondering where I go in life.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, Keith, can you tell us a little bit more about what it's like being able to participate in a close-knit community?
Yeah, you have other people, as I said earlier, you have other people on a similar journey, and you have somebody that you can talk to and have an accountability buddy. And there's and you get to help with others in too. If for example, using, what you said earlier about having the plastic bag and turning it inside out. If I know that little secret or tip or trick or whatever you want to call it, then I can share that with you. And you may pick up something. I may be talking something else random and not knowing that I'm actually helping someone else. It's not an immediate, it may take a day or two for something like, oh, now I've connected these two dots and something makes sense now. And so that's one element of the community. And the other is like, there's classes we attend together. You can have weekend events. You could have one's a 3-day event. One is a 6-day event. And then there's one that's a 10-day event. So you get to be outside. The ones that I went to were out of Ranch down in Texas. And you get to be you get to have that mixture of classroom time. You get to have a mixture of exercise, physical activity. And because you do exercise, there's little games we play, and it helps cement in these things. And so seeing people, helping them through their good times and bad times, marriages, birth of children, it's great having that community aspect.
Yeah, I found the same thing, having that close knit community, people you can actually reach out to after you've completed these events, and the accountability part that you touched on earlier. That's really a key part to life, right? When we get stuck, we always want to fix things ourselves. I say let me speak from my perspective. I always try to fix things myself. If I'm stuck, I'm gonna jump on Google, look for an answer, or I'm gonna avoid doing something, or I'm gonna do something different, something I shouldn't. But when you have a community like we've built through this, you can reach out to other people and say, hey, here's where I'm stuck. Here's what my trouble is. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's where I'm confused. And there's always somebody that can help you out or direct you to someone else that they know can help you out. And the support that I get when I reach out is just amazing. Having the opportunity to be a part of this community, it means as much or more than everything that I've learned from the experiences and the events that I've had.
Yes, absolutely. It's knowing that you're not alone. You don't have to be a lone wolf, and asking for help is a huge hurdle for most people to get over. Is, these are my experiences, is my stuff from whenever I was a child or wherever it was in your life that something happened, a major event, and you don't have to keep it bottled up inside of yourself. Like, it's sharing sometimes of when you're most vulnerable is difficult. It is not something that comes natural to a lot of people. Some people go to it immediately, and they can help be those guiding lights for you.
Well, I can tell you that I have showed up differently in my life, in my professional life, at work, and in my personal life, so much differently from all of the things that I've gained going through these events, and especially the kickoff with Genesis. So, if you folks are looking for anything that's going to help you pursue making changes as we move forward in our futures, an opportunity to realize some things about yourself and learn what it is, and how to improve your life. If you've got challenges and goals, which hopefully we all do, then this is definitely something that can help. Something you can all be engaged with and really jump into.
All right.
How do people find out about you, Keith? Where do people find you?
I have my YouTube handle is just Keith Rines. We'll put these links together in the show notes here afterwards. And on Instagram, I am at lighten.up.mbs, mind, body, soul.
Excellent. And, you
And
all should
also,
know
just so
where
you
to
guys
find
know,
me.
there is a class if you want to learn more about the Genesis process program. There's one coming up in 2 weeks in July here. The weekend of is it the 19th to 21st is the July dates? I think it's that weekend. And we'll put that link in the show notes then too.
Excellent. Thanks, Keith. Appreciate having you today. You all know
Yes.
where you can find me. Hunt in God's Country everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm out there. And Jason Carpenter. Thanks for joining me today, Keith. I really appreciate your time.
Yes.
Thanks for joining
Thanks for
us,
having me
folks.
on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for being along for the ride.
Yeah.
All right. Check the links out in the description here with the video. You can go check out Keith. Of course, you can check me out and you can check out Genesis. Great opportunity to move forward in your personal development and growth. Thanks all for watching. Take care. Bye. Okay. End it. Huh? Sun's so bright I can't see anything. I can't find a way to end. Okay.